All right, so title of your notes, once again, one-step inequalities, and we are introducing multiplication and division. Yesterday, we already started with addition and subtraction, okay? So we're still on the same standard. We're solving inequalities. We're still looking at attending to precision and looking at structure. Our objective, I can solve and graph one variable inequality. Let's read it together. 1, 2, 3. I can solve and graph one variable inequality. So we're still on the same concept. That's why we don't need the Freire model because we know what it is, right? One variable inequalities. We know the steps. Simplify, isolate, plot, check. And the properties being introduced today are two of them. Multiplication properties of inequality and division properties of inequality. What is that? So that means when we multiply something to each side, that means multiplication property of inequality. When we divide something to each side, that's division property of inequality. Are we there? Yeah. All right, copy this example down, please. Example 1, 1A. It says, solve the inequality and graph the solutions, period. And then it says, check your answer. I want you to write that down, please. 4K greater than 24. Copy that down, and then I'll go over that after you copy it. Go. All right, check it out. These are very similar to the ones we just solved yesterday. Pens down, eyes on the screen. Here it goes. So I'm going to draw my line down the inequality symbol. Here it is. And step 1, simplify. There's nothing to simplify. Step 2, isolate. I need to leave the variable by itself. What's next to it? The 4. What is it doing? Multiplying. What is the inverse? Divide by 4, divide by 4. This becomes k greater than 6. Check this out. Not yet. I graph this. Here it is. 0, 6. It's an open point. There it is. And what number can I substitute in here that would be greater than 6? Anything to the right? Right? All right. So now check this out. My solution set. Pay attention, please. Solution set is all numbers k such that k is greater than 6. So we already know how to do this piece. The last piece, though, which is to check, is what I'm going to show you how to do. Check this out. I'm going to check to make sure that my solution that I shaded is correct. Pay attention, please. I'm going to rewrite the original inequality for, what else? K, but instead of K, I'm going to open a parenthesis. Greater than 24. Why did I open up parentheses? Because I'm going to substitute a value in there. Pay attention, please, or you're going to miss it. Now, I'm going to choose a value from the shaded area over here. The arrow indicates that it keeps going, so I can choose any number after 6. Is that correct? So what do you think the number I would choose? 23, Michael Jordan. So here we go. So I'm going to substitute that in here, 23. So 4 times 23, let's see, 4 times 20 is 80. 4 times 3 is 12. 80 plus 12, that's 92. Is 92 greater than 24? If this is true, therefore, all these solutions will be true. Do you understand what I did? So basically, you just need to choose one number of all the shaded region. However, pay attention to this question. What if this was false? That means that you already shaded the wrong area. Then you need to go to the opposite side and shade the other way. Do everybody understand that? Okay, copy that, please. Example 1B. See if you can do this one by yourself. Copy this, please. 1B reads. On this one, you don't have to write all the text anymore. You just write the inequality since you already have the instructions on the previous one, right? So it's negative 50 greater than or equal to 5Q. See if you can solve that step by step. Graph it. Give me the solution set. And at the end, do a check, please. Go. Thanks. All right, here goes the process. So, you drew your line down the inequality symbol. There's no simplification, but we need to isolate the variable, so I divide by 5, divide by 5. This is a 1. 1 times Q is Q. Bring down the inequality symbol. This is negative 10. Hands if you got up to right there, right. Okay? From there, we graph this. Here's a number line, 0, negative 10. By looking at my inequality symbol, it has an equal sign, so that it's a solid point. From there, what number, don't say it out loud, I'm just thinking to myself, what number can I substitute in here that will make this true? So let's see, negative 10 has to be greater than that number. Negative 10 is greater than that number. Okay, so by looking at here, 10 is greater than which numbers here? It looks like it's greater than all these over here. That is correct. So, hands if you did that shading that way, okay? So now let's check it. Oh, my bad, no, my solution set. Solution set is all numbers q such that negative 10 is greater than or equal to q. However, I'm going to ask you to rewrite this. Check this out. Solution set is for all numbers q such that q, look at that. Everybody look up. Notice that the arrow is pointing to the q, isn't it? So I point the arrow to the q and write the negative 10 after that. That's good. That's good. Yes. The first way like this, because that's how it was here. I wrote it straight like this. Okay? So that you wouldn't get confused. But I'm going to be asking you, if you got it like this, that's fine. But I'm going to be asking you to rewrite it like this. Okay? So from there, let's check this. Check. I'm going to rewrite the inequality, the original one, negative 50, greater than or equal to 5, and instead of q, I'm going to open a parenthesis. So let's see. Think about it. I'm going to choose a number in this area because I said that all those are solutions. Is that correct? So let's see. I'm going to choose the very next one after that. Negative 10.000001. Okay. Now I'm going to make it an easy one. Let's do negative 23. Okay. Negative 23. Let's see if it's true. So 5 times 20 is 100. 5 times 3, that's 15. So this is negative 115. So let's see. Is negative 50 greater than or equal to negative 115? Yes. Therefore, all these are solutions. Solutions. Yes. Copy this next one down. Example 1C. 1C. Example 1C. 1C. It says 3/4 G greater than 27. 3/4 G greater than 27. 27. Here we go. Let's do this one together. Line down the inequality symbol. And it looks like we have a fraction multiplying G. Is that correct? Now, a refresher from last year. Last year, you went to do some fractional equations, and they told you in order to cancel that fraction that's multiplying, you need to multiply times the reciprocal. Remember that? If you don't, then this is the process. It's an easy way of avoiding a lot of steps. So you just multiply times the reciprocal, and whatever we do to one side, we do to the other side. And let me show you why. What is 4 times 3? 12. What is 3 times 4? 12. What is 12 over 12? 1. That's why we multiply times the reciprocal. So 1 times G is G greater than, check this out. This becomes 27 times 4. 20 times 4, that's 80. 7 times 4, that's 28. So this is 108 divided by 3. And if we do the division, this is 36. Okay, let's graph this. There it is. 0, 36. It's open point. And let's see, what numbers can I substitute in here that would make this true? What numbers are greater than 36? Everything to the right. Are we there so far? Okay, so then my solution set is all numbers G such that G is greater than 36. And then we're going to check this. Check. I'm going to write the original inequality. I write 3/4, and instead of G, I open up parentheses, greater than 27. So now let's see. I'm going to choose any number on the right side. However, check this out. What if, pay attention, what if I choose any number on the left side? What do you think it's going to be? False. It should be false, right? Because we're saying that all these on the right are true. So let me test it. I'm going to choose 0 from this side. What is 0 times 3/4? Is 0 greater than 27? No, this is false. So therefore, if this one that I tested was false, therefore, all these are solutions. Everybody see what I did? Okay? So you can pick either one, but as long as you understand what you're doing. I've been showing you that you can test any point from your solution set, but right now I'm showing you can also test from the other one that is not a solution. If you test one that's not a solution, then therefore this is going to be what? False. Does everybody understand that? Okay? Is everybody done with this? All right, we're moving on to a couple of word problems, but I want to show you the setup. So here we go. Copy this next one down, please. Oh. Actually, before that, here we go. Caution, write this down, please. Note, asterisk, heart. Oh. Here we go. When multiplying or dividing by a negative number, comma, I flip the inequality symbol. By a negative number, I flip the inequality symbol. So clear. It says again, when multiplying or dividing by a negative number, comma, I flip the inequality symbol. Okay, here we go. Underneath that, I want you to write example Q, and I want you to write negative 3x less than or equal to 12. Leave a little space to the right and write example super Q. And we're going to do y over negative 4 greater than 1. All right, check this out. Pens down, eyes up here. I'm going to show you what I mean in regards to that rule. Check this out. Everybody look up, please. Pens down, look up, or you're going to miss it. This is an important part of this lesson. Here he goes. Line down the inequality sign. To cancel this negative 3, or to get rid of it, we need to divide by negative 3. Is that correct? Divide by negative 3. X is greater than or equal to negative 4. Why did I do that? Because the rule says when multiplying or dividing by a negative number, I flip the inequality symbol. Did I just do that? Did I divide by a negative number? Yeah. Okay, now look at this one over here. Okay, to cancel this negative 4 that's dividing, what is the inverse? We multiply times negative 4. Multiply times negative 4. Negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1, so y is less than negative 4. Why did I flip it? Because I multiplied by a negative number. Everybody see that? Okay, copy those, please. Did everybody understand this part where we flip the inequality symbol? Okay, let me give you 2 more to make sure you got this. Here he goes. Write these down, please. You don't have to graph them since we already know how to graph. So write example mega Q. Here he goes. X divided by negative 2 less than or equal to 10. Example Shazam Q. And that one, let's do negative 2. M is greater than or equal to 10. Okay, let's see. This one. Line down the inequality symbol. I need to multiply times negative 2 times negative 2. We're left with x is greater than or equal to negative 20. Hands if you got that. Did you flip the inequality symbol? Yes. Look at this one. This one, line down the inequality symbol. Here we go. Well, divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. This is a giant 1. We're left with m less than or equal to negative 5. Hands if you got that also. Okay? Once again, what happened? We flipped the inequality symbol because we're multiplying or dividing by a negative number. Are we there so far? Okay, and the last one, let me go over a word problem. Here we go. You don't have to copy this, just pay attention here. Okay, example 3, it says, Ash has a $20 gift card to an art supply store where 4-ounce tubes of paint are $4.30 each after tax. What are the possible numbers of tubes that Jill can buy? So she wants to buy some paint, right? And they're in little tubes, okay? What is the total amount of money that she has on the card? 20. So check this out. So that one I always write all the way to the end. Pay attention, please. All the way to the end. Here it is. How much is each tube? 430. So it's 430. Do we know how many she's going to be able to afford with that amount? No. So we label it X, or if you want to label it what other? T for tubes. Okay, there it is. So now, this is where some of you get confused with the word problems. Here it goes. Can she spend more than $20? No. So she is no more than 20. What symbol does no more than stand for? Less than or equal to. And do we know how to solve this now? Yes, and that's how you solve these inequalities. Our homework for tonight is found on page what? 151. Numbers 2 to 50, every other even. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your homework. See you guys tomorrow.